Hey guys, it's time for news dump.
The whole world seems to be obsessed with Sonic the Hedgehog's dick, or his hedge-hog. Listen, we got 2 new posters for the live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie this week, and outside of the typical boring commentary about how 2019 is going to be the year that some of your favorite 90s video game characters get hairy, a lot of the discussion online seems to awkwardly focus on whether or not Sonic the Hedgehog has a big old dick. A big fat hog.
Yeah. Or what? I don't even know what a hedgehog's penis looks like. Probably pretty weird.
They got pointy noses, right? Probably looks like that.
Well, the first poster released was one where Sonic is he's in his starting pose. He's ready to go race off to do something. Probably go fast.
Yeah.
But he's in the shadows with a bit of his form becoming mysterious. And even though the part sticking out from below his gigantic head is clearly just a bent knee and a leg, people couldn't stop seeing what was really there. A gigantic, blue, thick, furry, throbbing, uncircumcised penis.
Yes.
When what they should really be focusing on is the fact that we still can't see his face.
It's a mystery.
Now, luckily, there were 2 artist renditions done using the poster as a clue to what the character will really look like when his face is finally revealed.
Now, the first simply uses outlines of his face to create something that, could very well resemble the final look. That's boring, though. Boom. The other gave us a hint that there might be something more to this story. This movie version of Sonic the Hedgehog might be different. Steve Zaragoza of the Valley Folk concluded through Photoshop that this Sonic the Hedgehog will actually be played by 2018's greatest hero and future Oscar host, Gritty.
Well, that's the crossover that gets it right. The next poster, which has people yet again talking about Sonic's hog, is this one, which doesn't seem to be officially released, but it had images of it circling because someone took a photo of what appeared to be some marketing materials for the film. Anyway, in the image, we can see that Sonic is resting at the top of the Golden Gate Bridge. Don't do it, Sonic! After leaving a speed trail all across it. Looks like he's taking...
That's what they call his cum.
Speed trail. Gotta fuck fast.
Yeah.
So it looks like the photo is being taken from Sonic's point of view. And for whatever reason, people seem to think that Sonic himself is obsessed with his own dick, because the photo, it's actually more from the perspective of Sonic's big blue dick. The internet's weird.
Yeah. Now,
it's fine.
Sadly, this was pretty much all the new information that we had about this film this week. There was no trailer, and although we've seen at least one set image in the past, which proves that this film will in fact take place in some form of our reality, and it won't be entirely CG, we still have to wait a little bit to, see exactly what it's going to be.
I can wait.
What will Jim Carrey's character look like? What is the point of this movie? How absolutely crazy will it be? Well, okay, actually, we did get a little bit of info on the film, and it came from probably the most unlikely source imaginable. An interview between Sonic himself, Ben Schwartz, and Larry King.
Yeah, so this was confusing because after his show, Larry King Live, ended a few years back, we'd only seen Larry King appear on television either sitting behind the plate of Dodger baseball games or on what appeared to be his new series, Larry King Special Report, which is just one episode on repeat. And it's actually just an infomercial for fish oil pills.
Yeah.
I'm Larry King, and I eat fish oil.
I don't put my name on something unless I trust it.
I am 100 years old.
These pills keep me... I had a heart attack in the 80s. I need these pills.
And I used to chain smoke live on television.
Yeah.
You could do that back then.
I miss the old days.
Yeah, so apparently he still has an actual show. It's on Hulu. It's also on Russia Today.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, he has a show there.
But, it sounds like he's pretty much running the show there. Anyway,
yeah.
he interviews a lot of celebrity guests, and sometime in the past week, he featured Ben Schwartz. And they got to talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Ben, obviously, he can't give out too much information about Sonic. He's been NDA'd.
No, hold on, this is a hedgehog?
So even when pressed by Larry, he refused to give a hint as to even what Sonic's voice is going to sound like.
Yeah, but instead, Ben, he challenges Larry King to do an example of what he thinks Sonic the Hedgehog's voice would sound like. And you know what? I think we should risk it and just play the clip, because we really aren't going to be able to do this justice without showing it. So consider this video demonetized. Hit the join button below. Here you go.
But you're the animated You're animated.
Yeah, I wasn't good enough to be a human being, so it's just my voice.
Hedgehogs are interesting, though, aren't they?
I can't wait to see where this goes.
What kind of voice does he have?
I can't say it yet. They're not letting me talk. It's very secret. This is a very secret.
Why do they do this?
If you wanted to be Sonic, tell me, what do you think a hedgehog would sound like?
I have no idea.
I gotta hear it, Larry. You gotta take a leap. Fifth episode.
Hello,
Hey.
hello, I'm just a hedgehog.
That's-
No one cares about me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was probably worth getting demonetized over.
I think they're gonna have to.
Nobody cares about me. I'm a hedgehog.
Reshoot the whole movie.
Yeah.
We got Larry.
Yeah, even Ben was very cautious. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I think I just lost my job. Sounds
Yeah.
great. Hey, hello.
Oh, I'm a hedgehog.
I'm a hedgehog. Anyways, regardless, next year it seems like it's going to be a great year for weird ass movies, and you know what? I'm excited about it. But let's move on to another story that we've been covering for a long time. You're excited about it. We're excited about it. It's MoviePass. It's been too long. I'm actually
MoviePass.
MoviePass. That's how I feel about it anytime I talk now. First, we do have to circle back around on this one to say once again that I think this whole movie subscription model might be bad. In the movie subscription model industry, it's kind of weird, and it seems like no one knows how to properly monetize it because all these companies, they started out with profits that would never allow them to actually make money.
Yeah.
They started out with prices that wouldn't let them make money, not profits. There's no profits here.
It's an entire sub-industry built around doing something which is inherently going to lose you money.
And
So-
we've talked about how rare it is that the consumer makes off like a bandit, but it's also rare that to start off a company with prices so low that you can't afford to stay in business. Usually it's like, if this was real businesses, typical businesses, it would have been like MoviePass and Sinemia, and they would have started out way more expensive and then fought each other to try to whittle it down to the cheapest one.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
No, they just started at rock bottom. You know what? Fuck it. Movies are free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's save the MoviePass mockery for a second here. And let's say that Sinemia, one of the companies trying to ride the movie subscription wave while also trying to seem less stupid from a business standpoint, they might be just as bad. Last week, we spoke about their weird idea to reintroduce a Sinemia debit card that would allow you to avoid some fees when booking tickets to a movie that you wanted to see. And this week, thanks to a breakdown from Business Insider, we get a peek into just how many fees are involved with Sinemia's program, and it's dumb.
Yep.
Here's some highlights from that Business Insider breakdown, which states that there are 7 fees to keep in mind when you're using the service.
Okay, let's start here. There's a membership initiation fee that's anywhere from $20 to $30 depending on your tier. This one can be avoided, but only if you pay your entire year in advance, which might seem like an okay idea. Get it off your mind, But then if you've been following the news, you realize that these companies, they could just change their policy at any point in time, just like MoviePass did, and that might leave you with a service that's different than the one that you'd originally paid for in advance. Oh, also, it just might cease to exist entirely. That's always possible.
Pretty risky buying a year's worth of
A company that,
like literally isn't making money.
well, we don't know about Sinemia not making money yet, but
There is no way they're making money.
okay.
They're all just bleeding themselves to death. But here's another fee. There's an accelerated cardless activation fee of $10, which they describe as a fee that you can pay to speed things up if you don't want to wait 1 to 2 weeks for your Sinemia plan to activate. What? That's confusing.
Yeah.
We hadn't heard that it takes a week or two to just start using a service you paid for. That's pretty unique. I if true.
I think this is because,
They have to run a background check on you.
Well,
we don't want any pedophiles using our service.
Good. So this week is like a really big week for movies. There's a bunch of movies that are coming out. So it's like, maybe it's like, oh, we don't want people to just sign up for like a month and then go see all these movies like in 1 week and then be done with us. But it's also like, you're not thinking about getting this service 2 weeks in advance. So that's how they get you. There's also the convenience fees that we'd spoken about last week, which
How
come
convenient.
which come in around $1.50 a ticket unless you get their debit card thing.
There's a processing fee of up to $1.80 per ticket. Again, confusing. And we're pretty sure these last two, they're confusing on purpose. And they could easily just be grouped together. But the plan is to separate these fees into many smaller fees to make them appear less than they actually are.
Yeah, it's a good tactic. It's like when you go to like a poke place and they're like, all right, this bowl look pretty cheap, but if you start getting those add-ons,
That's right.
it's going to be nice and pricey.
The bowl of poke was $5.
But then you wanted those shallots in there.
Yeah. Gotta have the shallots.
Yeah. There's a fee for buying their debit card. That's $15. So if you want to avoid fees, you have to pay a fee to get a physical debit card. Yeah.
There's a misuse fee. Basically, you have a window of time to check into the movie that you selected, and if you don't do that, you're charged a fee for misuse. Apparently, people have also been falsely flagged for this already and swear that they checked in, but the app lagged or didn't confirm their check-in, so they were charged. That's fun.
Yeah. And then, of course,
Why don't you just buy a fucking movie ticket?
that's what we're...
They print it out, it's a piece of paper, you give it to the guy, and you see the fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive, but you can avoid a lot of bullshit just by doing it that way. Call me old-fashioned.
Okay, but of course, they add in the fact that if you didn't pay for your whole subscription in advance, you're still technically paying your monthly fee just for being a part of the service. Now, if all this sounds confusing to you...
Yes.
Yeah, us too. It's pretty apparent that, yeah, okay. Still, you're getting a deal. If you use this service to its maximum amount of use, you're getting a good deal on some movie tickets. Just, you have to use it all the time. But for people that want to check out, 1 or 2 movies a month, like almost everyone...
Yeah.
This is looking like it's way more of a headache than it's worth.
Yeah, like, ugh. I just want to see a movie.
I just want to see the Spider-Verse. God damn it.
Damn it. So, yeah, okay. How's MoviePass doing, though? Well, they have some new subscription models, and they haven't completely shut down yet. Things must be going okay over there at Helios and Matheson Analytics, right? Time to start cutting some Christmas bonus checks. Right? Guys?
No.
Wrong. Things are bad. Shock, I know. And while it's been a bit of a rocky road for the consumer after riding the lightning for months, things have arguably been a hell of a lot worse for MoviePass CEO Ted Farnsworth.
Which kind of makes me feel a little bit better.
The bank took the barrel I was wearing as clothing, and now I have to walk around just covering my genitals with my hands.
That's not entirely true, but according to a new report from CNBC, which lays out how much stock the CEO had in the company as a bonus last year for Christmas, or whatever, holiday bonus, we all got to see that it wasn't some worry-free life for Farnsworth behind the scenes, and that there actually are some penalties for running a company into the ground. We're sure that he's doing okay monetarily, and he's not actually wearing nothing but a barrel thanks to his salary.
We don't know that.
But back in 2017, when MoviePass was the talk of the town, Farnsworth was awarded $7.25 million worth of Helios and Matheson stock. Good job, buddy.
Wow.
Everybody's talking about our service.
That's going to be worth so much more in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, it all goes great.
Everybody wants a piece of Helios and Matheson Analytics, am I right?
I don't know, because over the course of 2018, that $7 million quickly dwindled down to only be worth $50. Yes, that's correct. You heard right.
Holy shit.
Farnsworth here. He turned almost $7.5 million into $50.
Using just one simple trick.
Investors hate him.
Wow.
And yeah, that's remarkable. That's special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That is even worse than if you'd invested in cryptocurrency this time last year. Mm-hmm. That says a lot. And it makes us feel a little bit better about ourselves, so that's good.
No, honey. I told them to take their cash bonus back to the bank and pay me in Beanie Babies.
Yes.
We're gonna be rich!
I got them to put the Diana bear inside of a glass box. Yeah. So,
wow. Holy fucking
'tis the season.
Shit.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to give him more stock this year. In lieu of a bonus, we've gotten you a gift certificate to the Jelly of the Month Club.
They should just give him just a bunch of stacks of Venezuelan currency.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go.
Here's some Litecoin.
Here's billions in Venezuela.
We took Rick. They said they were sorry for making fun of you all year, so we took Ricky and Elliot's 3 Litecoins that they have collectively.
You can have them. I don't even know how to get back into my account. That money's gone.
It's all gone. And last year I was like, well, I'll just wait a year, and maybe it'll be worth something. Maybe it won't.
Nope.
And it was the won't part.
Very decidedly not worth anything.
No.
Anyway, let's move on now to talking about one of everyone's favorite topics here on YouTube. How much YouTube sucks.
If we didn't get demonetized before, we're getting demonetized now.
Now, for starters, YouTube's annual rewind video dropped a little over a week ago, and surprise, pretty much everyone fucking hates it.
Yeah.
It's not really anything.
It's rewind time.
The fact that people hate this video, that's not anything new, really. Since starting the annual tradition back in 2012, where YouTube takes on the impossible task of summing up an entire year on the world's most popular video platform in one video, every year has been worse than the last. It's a meme at this point, and ahead of the release of the 2018 YouTube Rewind, people were predicting with what turned out to be stunning accuracy what kinds of hello fellow teens bullshit was going to be making an appearance.
There was basically never any chance at all that 2018 Rewind was going to be well received, but even still, it felt like YouTube almost went out of their way to make it a total cringe fest. What it seems like. Fork knife, Korean pop music. Hey, if it's good enough for Kim Jong-un, it's good enough for YouTube. The In My Feelings challenge.
Yeah, there it is. Hey, I'm gonna ask my teenage grandson. What is YouTube? Grandpa, you're the CEO of YouTube. You should know that.
Nah.
The CEO's a woman, actually. My bad.
Sorry. Jesus Christ, though. Even creators that people actually generally know and love kind of come out looking like total tools in this.
Yeah.
The general vibe is like when a bunch of corporate executives do a dumb sketch for their company Christmas party, except with a budget of clearly millions of dollars. Although, I think it was Lachlan came out to say, like, there was a specific, he had to come from Australia, there was a specific travel budget, and like he spent it, all of it was used on his flights, so basically he had to pay to be in it, and they cut all of his lines and he's just in one background shot. They flew for like 18 hours each way, had to pay a bunch of money, and was barely in it for 2 seconds. So, cool. Rewind, it was originally about summing up the most viewed videos of the past year, but now it's pretty pointless. It just feels like a major corporation throwing around a ton of money for a tax write-off or something. It's at a time, too, when most mid-level YouTubers are struggling with how bad monetization has gotten on the website, and it feels like a slap in the face. I mean, realistically, it's a ad for ad agencies. To be like, look, it's all safe and good over here. We got the Ninja.
That's exactly what it is.
We got Marcus Brownlee. Mm-hmm. I don't know anyone else in the Rewind, really. I think Markiplier's in it.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, releasing this video was basically like throwing a wounded deer into a lion enclosure. Mm-hmm. Pretty much immediately started getting shit on by all corners of the internet, including by people who were in the video, like Marcus Brownlee. And who's not even a negative, he's a very positive person. And even he made a response video being like, yeah, that was pretty bad. The likes to dislike ratio immediately seemed like well on its way to breaking the record held by Justin Bieber's music video for Baby. So people decided to just, hey, fuck it, let's make that happen. Mm-hmm. They urged others to not only log in and dislike Rewind 2018, but also go check on if they'd ever disliked the Bieber video and remove that dislike.
Yeah.
So that they could balance things out more, and it fucking worked. Rewind 2018 is now officially the most disliked video on YouTube ever. We did it, gamers.
Yep. Now, it's worth mentioning, though, that YouTube Rewind, it's not really for the YouTube audience. It's not for you. They don't give a shit about you.
They clearly don't. You should know this by now.
YouTube at this point fully expects these videos are going to get absolutely shit on, and yet they produce and release them anyway, because the whole point is to legitimize themselves as a content platform to advertisers. There's something called the upfronts that go down every year in New York City, where media companies pitch their content to ad executives using videos just as cringy as Rewind 2018. You just don't hear about it because they're usually closed-door events, and any reporting that comes out of it is just in the trades.
Yeah.
And people don't really read it.
We've been to one, though, and it was cringy as fuck.
Yeah, and half the stuff doesn't get made.
Yeah.
And also, I would expect that this year there's going to be a whole lot less. Anyways, Rewind, it's basically a public-facing version of the same thing. It's meant to show the old dudes with money who barely know how to use a computer that YouTube is this big, successful, loved by the youth platform that's most importantly safe to advertise on. Basically, hey, I know you heard some bad stuff about YouTube, but look at all this good, wholesome fun. Also, we got a bunch of actual mainstream celebrities to be in the video because we know you don't know who the fuck any of these actual YouTubers we hired are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for
Can we take a moment for
Uncle Pennybags.
Can we take a moment for the single working mothers and women?
It's just even like the pacing, like it's just they wrote every possible angle they could take with this video on a whiteboard, and then they were like, you know what? We're gonna do them all back to back. Don't worry about making it, flow or having any narrative sense. We're gonna do it all.
They commented on the fact that it got the most.
Oh yeah, no, they're treating it like a meme now. They're tweeting about it, just being like,
"We're gonna change next year." No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you don't care.
Exclamation point! Remind me. 1 year.
Yeah. Anyways, in other YouTube news that's sure to piss off a lot of people, YouTube this week announced that they would be purging the site of spam and bot accounts, and creators should expect to see a noticeable decrease in their subscriber counts. And look, we've got no problem with this, at least in theory.
No.
I mean, sub counts are, first off, they're kind of just pointless if they don't correspond to views. Like, oh, great, I've got
get
a
rid
million
of the
subs,
count.
but-
They just get rid of it in general.
Yeah.
Make it a mystery to everyone, and then just rely on views. That would actually probably lift the spirits of the general creator just immediately.
Yeah, I mean, subs are so meaningless that it's like there's like meme wars over who has more subs, even though it's like, oh look, you got 60 million subs and you're getting 1 million views per video. It's fucking meaningless. So, yeah. Any spam accounts that you happened to lose as subscribers, they were never really subscribers in the first place either. So whatever,
Doesn't really matter.
However, this being YouTube, it makes sense to, be a bit skeptical because, of course, this is all being done using artificial intelligence that's essentially just making an educated guess about whether an account is a bot or not.
Mm-hmm. Bot or not.com.
Plus, we've already seen in the past that it's surprisingly common to find that you've been mysteriously unsubbed from a channel that you definitely didn't unsub from yourself. So, maybe...
I remember on the old ETC channel, like, I was definitely subscribed on my personal YouTube account, and there were multiple times over the course of a year where I was unsubbed.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe because my personal account is completely inactive.
Maybe.
But, like, yeah, it just unsubs me.
Could be.
Yeah. And let's move on, though. You do check. I mean, if you're seeing this video in your sub box, obviously you're subscribed, but we don't want to be the people that tell you to tap that bell on every episode, but you know what? It's the end of the year. Tap the fucking bell.
Tap the bell.
Tap the bell. Tell your friends. There you go.
Give the gift of internet today.
You know what I'm wondering?
holidays.
I'm wondering if you became a member, like a paying member, do you like guarantee getting a something in your email or like guaranteed sub box stuff?
Don't know.
Mystery.
I'm a big hypocrite. I haven't joined a membership on any of my favorite channels.
And listen, we don't really do trailers anymore because it usually gets, us demonetized for the entire episode. And it's even worse than that, actually, because I don't mind getting demonetized for showing that Larry King clip.
Yeah, whatever.
But
Larry, he deserves that money.
But that's the thing is when you do show a trailer, like Disney will come in and just, instead of demonetizing it, literally take the money away.
Yeah, for the entire video, even though like their shit
like
is
one clip.
It's the whole system's bad. It's broken. And if YouTube had balls, if they had courage, they would do something about that instead. But they don't.
Anyways, here's a sort of trailer for the new Lion King. It's remixed by Aldo Jones, who I'm sure you've heard us talk about before, and he still is one of the best, most underrated channels here on YouTube. It's his latest in a long line of weird trailers, and it's certainly weird. You've got Screaming Goats, Uganda Knuckles, Ace Ventura 2, Tommy Wiseau, and plenty of piss and shit. In other words, this is art, and you should watch it.
Support art.
Support the art. Support the arts.
The arts.
Have you seen the Sonic poster, but it's Uganda Knuckles? Pretty great.
I mean, is Knuckles going to be in the movie?
I would assume so. Tails? Yeah.
Tails, there's so many characters. There's like Black Sonic. What's
Sonic.
he called? He's like Sonic, but instead of being blue, he's black, and he's bad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, why is he got to be black, huh?
Why's it gotta be bad?
Why's he got to be bad?
Oh, anyways, tap that bell. Click join. Go to the Patreon. I don't know if this is the last news dump of the year per se.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But stay tuned for some cool stuff coming up soon, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.